Hey everybody, it's Chris over at Dixie Flooring Farm, and here we go. We are doing the hallway floor. Yeah, the old flooring was terrible. It's just terrible, but that's all we could afford at the time. I mean, it's basically cardboard with some laminate-esque stuff on it. But that is not why we're here. You've already watched the video on flooring. You are here to hear how is the farm doing. Now it's springtime. I promised you that I would do a video updating you. Let's go outside and do an update. Oh, and here's the house. I've been working on cleaning it. I've been using the spray stuff that you attach to your hose, and it worked pretty good. In some spots it doesn't work so well, and up top I didn't get close enough. I still need to get out a ladder, but the stuff that where it doesn't come off, I just use the power washer. And I wash the front deck, and always an ongoing thing down here. So here are the pastures now. We are late in when we sprayed the pastures with a weed killer and nitrogen to help grow the grass. Here, let's take a look real quick at a weed. So as you can see here, this is dying. This is a buttercup. Buttercups are toxic to horses. They look pretty, but they're not. But they are bitter tasting. So the horses don't tend to eat them, and they have to eat a lot. I mean, like a whole field of buttercups and nothing but buttercups. But that's one of the reasons why we kind of spray early, to prevent that. We learned from the guy who sprayed that the chemical they spray, called Grazon, will stay in their poop. So if you spread the manure, it'll actually just kind of reactivate and re-kill everything, which is great for us. Not good if you have a garden and you use our manure. But for us, it's going to be great. So you can see the pastures are nice, green, lush. That's what we talked about in the December video. That pasture maintenance. That's why we pull the horses off the pastures and put them in the dry lots, the sacrifice lots. We sacrifice those lots so that way the grass can grow. I wish I could have taped for you, but I didn't. You could see the little lines from my seeding that the seed did take, and Mountain Dew is growing ever big. So. People haven't been picking up the manure, partly because of that garden thing that I said. One guy who used it, well, it ended up killing his tomatoes or whatever, so he never came back. Understandable. But pastures, this stuff is great. I mean, it's fertilizer. Now, we're going to take a look at one of the paddocks, and you can see how much grass grows when you leave it alone. So those muddy lots, now there's actually grass growing. There's also a bunch of other stuff. And we didn't plant anything in here. That's just from the horses eating hay and, shall we say, redepositing the hay. We've been keeping these guys off the pastures. That way they don't kind of gorge themselves. Got Butters and Goose. They live outside here. A lot of flies. They get fly sprayed, but still, there are flies during this part of the season. And they are sweaty. It is 92 degrees today. So it is kind of warm. Well, we got Lily talking to us. Lily lives in the barn in the winter, but in the summer she lives outside. We are now inside the red barn, and I don't know if you can hear, we got fans going, so there are fans on the stalls to help cool down the horses, and they're on night turnout. They are in during the day to keep them out of the sun, keep them away from the flies, and then they go out around 3 o'clock, and they stay out all night where it's cooler, and they graze much more comfortable, and so they are in. And here's Monty. Hi. Hi. So some of the horses have been drooling. That is because there is clover. It's called red clover. And at this time of the year, they eat enough of it, they drool. And I'm not talking about like, oh, just a little bit wet like Monty was. I'm talking like a full-on, like a cup of water coming out of their mouth. So you got to be careful, because when they shake their heads, you're going to get wet. So got rim shot here, just chilling. Hi, you're not getting any food. Good. You can see that it's much different here in springtime. And this is Memorial Day weekend when I'm filming this. Things are going great. It is warm, but we haven't gotten to the super hot season yet. This is just a little blip in the temperature, but I do expect it to be kind of warm. So that is the update from the farm. Everybody, thank you so much for watching. Take care.